Good morning, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum freeze down update Tuesday, February 16th, around 10 a.m. Mountain Time 2021. The big freeze is in. Records have been shattered. But the big story, 3 people killed, 10 injured after tornado struck a coastal North Carolina community. A very rare event in a very rare time. Keep calm. It's boom time. Texas is colder than Alaska right now. In the past 7 days, 535 record low minimums, 1,381 record low maximums. Those are record lows. And there have been hundreds, looking at this, thousands. And even Hawaii has not been spared. Amazing image reveals Hawaiian volcanoes blanketed in snow after these historic events. Millions in Texas currently without power as deadly storm brings snow and freezing weather as the freeze down continues. Enforced outages, the latest, more rotating outages in effect Tuesday as wind chills hit minus 40. We're talking outages, rolling outages in North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and a lot of the power has not come on. Lincoln seeing rolling blackouts due to the extreme cold. And most Texas households without power will not be restored today, sources estimate. And we are now looking at historic 5 million plus people across the country without power. 5 million people without power. 4.375 million without power in Texas. 185,000 in Oklahoma. 156,000 in Louisiana, 151,000 in Kentucky, 100,000 in Virginia, 220,000 in Oregon. And if you tally it up, we're looking at over 5 million as the numbers have steadily increased from 3.5 million to 5 million in just 24 hours. Hours without powers. 5 million across the U.S. shivering without electricity. And photos of the lit up skyline in Houston, while the surrounding homes are in the dark, sparked outrage on social media. As they tell people in these communities to conserve energy, they light up Houston like a Christmas tree. What's going on? At least 4 dead as temperatures plunged across the plains. I'll tell you what's going on. They are freezing you out of your existence. At least 4 deaths have been linked to dangerous winter storm systems that are endangering lives and breaking records across the country. Millions of businesses and homes in Texas are without power as, well, Houston glows like a candle. Metro Detroit forecast, winter storm warning until noon. More than 8 inches of snow have already fell in Metro Detroit, shutting down the city. In February 2021 has been one of the snowiest months on record for Greater Cincinnati. And let's check the snowfall totals for the last 48 hours. You can see the Northwest is the best. Seattle picking up 3 or more feet in many areas. Washington State, I should say. And wow, we just shrunk that down. Let's bring it back up. And you can see that storm moving to the east here, bringing heavy snow from central Texas all the way to Chi-Town. And this is from yesterday, so these totals are higher, and we'll report on them tomorrow. This system moving its way to the northeast and ongoing, including hail hitting Pooler and Richmond Hill. Take a look at some of those shards. Do not get caught out with those hailstorms. And some other historical things have happened in the last 24 hours. How about the fact that all 254 counties in Texas, the nexus of the Schmexis under winter storm warnings. It has never happened before in the history of weather keeping. So, Oklahoma as well. Record after record after record. And it's not over. Checking the GFS, we have a second system here. Here's your Tuesday through your Wednesday. More snow moving into North Texas. Dipping back down there. Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Oklahoma are going to get hit again, as well as Tennessee. It's your big time, Kentucky. Looking plucky. East Tennessee now going to get hit. Heads up, Dubine. And a heavy storm for what appears to be Virginia, West Virginia, and the rest of the Northeast as this system moves its way up. So, buckle your seatbelts. It's only getting started. The good news is that polar air, here's your Tuesday, is going to weaken Tuesday night into Wednesday. It's going to moderate, and we'll be out of the woods here. Not totally out of the woods. Most of the entire country, 49 states, will have below freezing temperatures in some part, but that subarctic minus 20 will be gone from the picture. The Northeast will remain hovering in the cold through this weekend, so heads up there. A major winter storm impacts the Northeast. Another winter storm will move into the southern U.S. A massive winter storm is moving across the Ohio Valley now into the Northeast, bringing snow, sleet, and freezing rain. Expect a significant travel disruption and potential power outages, 5 million plus already without power. Another winter storm will move in to the south central U.S., right behind it, bringing another round of snow and ice. Will they get the power on? It's anyone's guess. Arctic air with frigid temperatures and dangerous wind chills will persist over the central third of the U.S. for much of the week. Seismic update. Biggest quake of note, 6.2 in Vanuatu. Multiple aftershocks in that region. And the cataclysm that killed the dinosaurs. There's some new information coming out. A new theory explains possible origin of a plummeting Chicxulub impactor that struck off Mexico. According to the article, there is a cometary cycle that has to do with the gas giants that release some behemoths towards our sun, and one of those particles, one of the shards of the comet, hit the Earth 64 million years ago, causing that mass extinction. Researchers rethink life in a cold climate after an Arctic find. Take a look at the life found under the ice. Scientists were surprised by marine organisms on the seafloor beneath 900 meters of shelf ice. And there you can see the structures. Now, what does that mean for potential for alien life in our solar system? Very high confidence. And that is not what we want to see. Yellowstone volcano, colossal eruption, not the biggest worry. We've been telling you this for 4 years. And now some of the mainstream picking up on it. Hopefully Mary Greeley reads this article. The only danger for the Yellowstone hotspot is hydrothermal explosion. And these hydrothermal eruptions happen every 10, 12,000 years. Where have I heard that cycle before? A Yellowstone volcano colossal eruption are very rare, but there are other dangers, including, yes, large amounts of steam erupting. Now, this would only be dangerous to people in the region, and this wouldn't be a large super eruption that would affect most of the continent. But yet, a hydrothermal event, as described in this article, would be catastrophic for those within 100 miles of Yellowstone. It would not block out the sun, however, only for a brief period of time. Worldwide volcano news update. We have Taal volcano, elevated tremor, increased hydrothermal activity. So there's a big heads up there. This baby can blow big. And according to Phil Vox, that detected 98 tremor events less than 1 kilometer depth and lasted in a range of 5 to 12 minutes. So bad news for Taal volcano, could be setting up for the big boom. We also have San Diego to 21,000 feet, Sabancaya, sporadic puffs to 25,000 feet, Sakurajima, Popo, and Fuego. And there you see Fuego puffing. Lava effusion has stopped, and the activity is calming down at Fuego. We also have Raton continuing to be quite active at 14,000 feet and ongoing. Remarkably well-preserved fossils help to solve the baffling puzzle that vexed Darwin. We're talking about the Cambrian explosion in the Burgess Shale and the subsequent gap until more fossils in the record. But according to this article, remarkably well-preserved fossils are helping scientists unravel a mystery about the origins of early animals that puzzled Charles Darwin and others. Analysis of the 547 million-year-old remains has enabled researchers to trace the ancestry of some of the world's earliest animals further back than ever before. Their study has uncovered the first known link between animals that evolved during the so-called Cambrian explosion 540 million years ago and one of their early ancestors. So, good news there in paleontology, bad news for people in North Carolina and, well, in Texas. Colder than Alaska right now, and that's a boom. Hope you got something out of the video. Share this with like-minded people. Proper prior preparation prevents piss-poor performance. in the grand solar minimum. And that's a boom to knowledge. Click on one of the other boxes to gain more knowledge. Be safe. We love you. And that's a boom.